What up, what up? Welcome to my channel where we're doing music covers, original music, album reviews, song reviews, reactions, tier lists, whatever the day calls for. If you like what you see here, please subscribe to the channel. If you have content on here, I will subscribe to you as well. I am all about supporting up-and-comers on here. I am a solo artist. I have one album to my name right now. It's called Communication. It is almost 10 years old at this point. I am currently in the studio in the thick of the creation of my second album, Ugly Living. I have 5 singles on this channel right now to promote that album. Save My Life Again, Premeditated, Faint Heart, If I Knew, and my latest one, Sitting Duck. All 5 of those songs can be found in the form of a lyric video that include front album artwork and the back album art with the track listing. And the next single for my album, Ugly Living, is called Ache, and it should be here in mid-December. We had to work backwards a little bit. We have the drum tracks done, the bass tracks are done, the guitar tracks are done. The vocal tracks were done, but I just wasn't happy with them, and we scrapped most of them, and I did them over again last week, and next week we are going back to do mixing and mastering. Anybody who checks out anything I do, be it my own music, my covers, my commentary, my reactions, anything, I am so appreciative. Thank you so much. Tonight I am reviewing the new Dayseeker album called Creature in the Black Night. Prior to hearing their album Dark Sun, that I liked so much that I purchased it, the only thing I really knew about Dayseeker was their singer Rory's features in various Bill Murray songs, or his feature in the Darko song Come Home, and I just loved his vocals and wanted to hear what they were all about. I liked everything I was hearing so much that I had to pick this thing up. And when I picked up this album and checked it out from front to back, I'm not gonna lie, man, it was such an emotional roller coaster that it was tough to get through. That album is mostly focused on the emotions that the singer is feeling from his father passing away. And there's another album with that similar theme that is amazing, that I cannot recommend enough, from the stories so far, called I Want to Disappear. The stories so far, if you've never heard them before, they do not have a bad album or a bad song. This band, from what I've gathered with my exposure to their material, when it comes to their lyrical content and the vibe of their music, it very much is based on venting and expressing sadness. Sadness has always been a pretty hard emotion for me to deal with. That made the reviewing of this album here, their new album, Creature in the Black Night, kind of hard for me to get through. And if you're familiar with my content, you know how I like to do album reviews. I like to do a track-by-track review of the album, save the closer for last, and do a live reaction to it here on the channel. And that's what we're going to do here tonight. I think, as a whole, this album is quite the step down from Dark Sun on a musical level. There's way too much auto-tune. There's way too much overproduction on the guitars that suck all the life out of most of the breakdowns when they come in. And a lot of the times they don't really need to come in, and a lot of the heaviness is just kind of there for the sake of being there. Let's just get into this thing. The first song on this album is called Pale Moonlight. The sample and the vibe and the melody, it's very reminiscent of that E.T. song from Katy Perry. The lyrical theme of this is giving into toxic habits, not being able to get away from toxic people. It's a very done before topic, and it's done in a very kind of way. And it's probably the worst song on here, and it's a very midway to open this album. Then you have the title track, Creature in the Black Night, and this song can be interpreted as having a toxic relationship with either a friend that's always screwing you over, or a romantic partner that's always screwing you over, or just a toxic relationship to an addiction you could be having. And this song has some cool parts. I don't know. It's done kind of all right on this one. And then we get to the third track, Crawl Back to My Coffin. It's the best song on this album. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I cried when I listened to this song because the lyrics are about being hurt so much by either women or friends or whatever that you retreat back into the isolation that your interactions with these people who have hurt you so deeply have caused you. And it's hard to let new people in. And I can relate to that so much. And this was not an easy review for me to make. Crawl Back to My Coffin is a 10 out of 10. Amazing track. Moving on. The next song is called Shape Shift. The lyrical passage, I watch you shape shift in front of me and drift into the dark. In the context of this song, he's actually talking about himself changing, himself shape shifting because of past trauma that he's dealt with, making him shift into somebody really introverted. And it's really done well in this song too. These two songs are where this album really starts picking up steam, but then it kind of gets mid again with the song Soul Burn. What takes away from the feeling that this album is trying to convey is the auto-tune, the manufactured, copy-paste, overproduced breakdowns, and just, it's like the lyrics are so traumatic and sad, and they really make you feel something. But the music, a lot of the times, just doesn't match that. It's very overproduced. And Rory Rodriguez is such a good singer. I don't understand why he drowns his voice in copious amounts of auto-tune all through this album. He didn't do that too much on the last album. Like auto-tune and pitch correction would come in when it would fit the vibe of the song. Like there were parts in the song Homesick, a top track of theirs, where there would be some electronic auto-tuning moments because that's what the song called for. It's like all through this thing. The song Bloodlust, it's the same thing. It's like there's too much auto-tune. I was bored with the music, overproduced screams, very boring breakdowns. Number 7, Cemetery Blues, top track. For sure. And it's about a painful ending to a relationship. Once again, I think I cried when I listened to this one too. It's written perfectly. It's a top track. The next song, Nocturnal Remedy. There's a cool use of swing time on here. There's some parts in here where they turn up the distortion and do some breakdowns, and they're lazy and they bring the song down and they're just okay. Like, if these guys don't want to be heavy anymore, don't. Like, because all the heavy parts in this album are really forced and lazy sounding. Number 9 is The Living Dead, and this feels like the closest thing to their last album, Dark Sun, because this is a letter to his father that passed away, and it's just about that same feeling of being emotionally numb and struggling to feel truly alive after so much trauma in your life. And I can relate to it, and it was a really good song on this album. And again, I think I teared up a little bit when listening to it. Number 10, Meet the Reaper. It completely passed me by. I was bored senseless by it. So this wasn't an easy album to listen to because of how heavy the lyrics were and the subject matter was and how I can relate to a lot of it, but also because of how boring a lot of the music was. It hit hard in certain songs like Crawl Back to My Coffin and Cemetery Blues and The Living Dead, but maybe this closing track will be a highlight. Let's just see what we get here. Here's Dayseeker with the closing track to their brand new album, Creature in the Black Night, called Forgotten Ghost. Let's get it.
If it's all the same to you, I think we need a clean break. Digging up your grave was no use to prove that I was insane. All the times I was afraid of when you would tie that noose around my neck. You can blame me for your detriment if it keeps you warm on your deathbed. So if you leave, then don't come home. Can't raise the dead with miracles. You'll haunt me when I need you most. So if you leave, then don't come home. Can't raise the dead with miracles. You'll haunt me when I need you most, and fade like a forgotten ghost.
That lyric line, "You haunt me when I need you most." Oh, I can relate to that so much. It just ripped through me. This band and their music, whether it's great or okay, it's just always so sad, man. I like these guys, but I'm making this review for any fan of this band that wants to hear a thorough review of it. I'm doing it for you because I didn't enjoy making this because it's just so fucking sad, man. It Some of the lyric lines in the more poignant songs just rip through you. And like I said, sadness has never been an emotion I've ever been able to deal with very well. It's a hard band to listen to, dude. I think a lot of the music on this could have been way better, but this track here, Forgotten Ghost, it's really good. And I think the best song that they've ever made that I've heard is probably either Without Me or Homesick. And oh my God, the closer to Dark Sun is like a proud dad song. It's dedicated to his daughter. I have a song on my album that's dedicated to my daughter too, and how I feel during the 50% of the week when she's not with me, and how waiting for her to come back like hurts sometimes. So that one hits me really hard. And I barely ever listen to it. I think it's called Afterglow. They do what they do really well, but it takes me to places I don't want to go to. Like this album though, Creature in the Black Night, musically, I think it is quite a step down from Dark Sun. As a whole, just because of those three top tracks, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10, but there are some weak ass moments on this thing. I don't think they should even try to have heavy parts in their songs anymore. You can tell they're just putting them there for the sake of them being there. There's a song on Dark Sun called Parallel where he's like speaking about the way he felt like looking at his dad on the hospital bed. It's so sad. It's a great song, but I can't listen to it, man. I'm giving this album a 7 out of 10, mostly based on those quality tracks. Crawl Back to My Coffin, this closer here, and Cemetery Blues. I think musically they can do better. But as far as the lyrics, they do such a good job of conveying sadness to the point where they're hard to listen to. And on this particular album, with how great Rory Rodriguez is at being a singer, there was no reason for there to be as much pitch correction and autotune as there was on this record. That's all I'm going to say about this one. And until next time, thanks for watching.